Pull a tape measure from a drawer, and almost everything on it makes sense at a glance. Numbers tell you the distance. Long and short lines divide inches into fractions. Bold marks usually land where you expect them. Then there are the black diamonds. On many tape measures, the first appears at 19.2 inches, not 18, not 20, but 19.2. Why would a measuring tool highlight such an awkward number? Why are black diamonds printed on tape measures? And why are they exactly 19.2 inches apart? They are not decoration, and they are not part of some secret measuring system. They exist because builders sometimes need a tape measure to do more than tell them how long something is. To understand the diamonds, we first need to look at what a tape measure becomes on a construction site. Let's get into it right here on Small Things. A tape measure is more than a ruler. For most people, a tape measure answers one question: how long is this? On a construction site, it often answers another: where should the next piece go? That difference matters. When a carpenter lays out a wall, floor, or roof, the job is rarely one isolated measurement. Studs, joists, trusses, and other framing members have to be positioned again and again across a much larger span. At that point, the tape is doing two jobs. It measures distance, but it also helps create a layout. That is why many tape measures emphasize certain intervals. These marks act as visual references for dimensions that tradespeople use repeatedly. On many American tapes, 16-inch intervals are easy to spot because 16-inch spacing is common in framing. 16 inches feels ordinary enough. It is a clean whole number, and once you know what the marks are for, the logic is easy to follow. The tape is not creating a new unit of measurement. Every ordinary inch mark is still there. The special markings simply add another layer of information for a specific kind of layout. That means the same tape can serve two very different users. One person may never notice the symbols. Another may recognize them immediately because the job in front of them calls for that pattern. The diamonds are different. They point to 19.2 inches. That number looks almost too specific to be useful, but follow the diamonds farther down the blade and the reason begins to appear. Why exactly 19.2 inches? The marks repeat at 19.2 inches, 38.4, 57.6, 76.8. Then the next interval reaches 96 inches. That final number is the clue. 96 inches equals 8 feet, and a common construction panel size is 4 by 8 feet. Take the 8-foot side and divide it into 5 equal spaces. 96 divided by 5 equals 19.2. Now the awkward number stops looking random. Each black diamond marks another step in a 5-part layout across an 8-foot span. Instead of calculating every new position, a builder can use the symbols already printed on the blade. The diamonds are not measuring something unusual. They are doing the division for you. A small piece of arithmetic has been converted into a visual reference. The user does not have to remember the sequence or stop to work it out each time, but the math only answers one question: where does 19.2 come from? The next question is more practical. Why would anyone choose that spacing instead of the more familiar 16-inch layout? Why builders sometimes use that spacing? The construction term is 19.2 inches on center. Some engineered joists, studs, trusses, and other framing systems can be designed for wider spacing than conventional layouts, depending on the material, the load, the span, and the requirements of the structure. When 19.2-inch spacing is specified, 5 equal bays fit across 96 inches. That can work neatly with systems built around standard size panels. There can also be a material advantage. If a structure is engineered to use wider spacing, fewer framing members may be needed across the same distance. In the right design, that can reduce the amount of framing material without changing the basic 8-foot module. But 19.2 inches is not automatically stronger, cheaper, or better. It is simply one layout option. Whether it makes sense depends on what is being built and what the materials are designed to carry. That is why the black diamond should never be read as a recommendation by itself. The tape is not choosing the structure, it is only giving the builder a convenient reference when that spacing has already been specified. And one phrase in that description matters more than it first appears: on center. What on center actually means? If you hear 19.2 inches on center, it is easy to imagine a 19.2-inch empty gap between two pieces of framing. That is not what the phrase means. On center measures from the center line of one framing member to the center line of the next. Picture two studs standing side by side. Instead of measuring from the outside edge of one stud to the outside edge of the other, builders use an imaginary line running through the middle of each piece. The distance between those two lines is the on-center spacing. Why use the centers? One reason is that lumber names do not always match finished dimensions. A nominal 2x4, for example, does not actually measure a full 2 inches by 4 inches after processing. Center lines create a consistent grid regardless of that naming shorthand. That grid also matters when sheet materials go on. Plywood, OSB, and similar panels need proper support behind their edges so they can be fastened securely. A predictable framing layout helps those panels land where support is expected. Seen this way, the diamond is not merely pointing at the number 19.2. It marks a position inside a repeating structural grid. Once that grid is understood, the practical value of the symbol becomes almost obvious. The real purpose: removing a calculation. Suppose a plan calls for framing at 19.2-inch intervals. Without the diamonds, you can mark the first position and then keep adding another 19.2 inches for every one that follows. The arithmetic is easy. Doing it repeatedly throughout a job is where the inconvenience begins. A number can be misread, a decimal can be skipped, or the builder simply has to stop, calculate, mark, and repeat. With the diamonds, the workflow becomes much simpler. Look at the blade, find the symbol, make the mark. Move on. That is the real value of the feature. The mark does not make the tape measure more precise, and it does not make a structure safer by itself. It removes one small calculation from a task that may be repeated many times. Professional tools are full of details like this. A mark, notch, color, or symbol may look meaningless to someone outside the trade because it was never designed for every user. It was designed for a particular moment in a particular job. The black diamond happens to be one of those moments printed in plain sight, but learning what it means can also create the wrong impression. No, they do not tell you where every stud goes. Once you know the diamonds mark 19.2-inch spacing, it is tempting to think they show where wall studs are supposed to go. They do not. Framing may use 16-inch, 24-inch, or 19.2-inch on-center spacing, depending on the structure, the materials, and the design. Engineered lumber can have allowable spans and spacing that differ from conventional solid sawn lumber, so the right layout cannot be decided from the tape alone. Loads matter, span matters, product specifications matter. Engineers, designers, builders, and manufacturers determine which spacing is appropriate. The diamond is a reference, not an instruction. If the plans call for 19.2-inch spacing, the mark is useful. If they do not, the builder simply ignores it. And not every tape measure has black diamonds. Some manufacturers use different symbols. Some models leave them off entirely. It is not a universal construction rule built into every measuring tape. It is a specialized reference included for people who may need it. Try the pattern on your own tape. If you have a tape measure with black diamonds, you can check the pattern yourself. Find the first one near 19.2 inches, then follow the next few diamonds along the blade. The spacing should repeat until 5 equal intervals bring you to 96 inches or 8 feet. Once you see the pattern in front of you, the marks become much easier to understand. They are not random symbols scattered between the numbers. Together, they form a ready-made layout. And if your tape has no diamonds, nothing is wrong with it. Different models emphasize different references, and many users will never need this one. A general-purpose object can quietly carry information for a very specific job. A tool hiding knowledge in plain sight. Look at the tape again. Numbers, fractions, lines, diamonds. At first, they seem like a crowded collection of marks on a thin strip of metal. Once you know what one of those symbols means, the tool reads differently. A black diamond connects an ordinary measurement to a construction layout. It turns an awkward decimal into a position a builder can find at a glance. The arithmetic behind it is simple. The useful idea is even simpler. If a task is repeated often enough, a tiny shortcut can be worth printing on millions of tools. Most people can own a tape measure for years, use it to check furniture, hang pictures, measure a room, and never once need those diamonds. For the right job, however, they suddenly make perfect sense. A tape measure does more than tell you how long something is. In a few tiny marks, it can also tell a builder where the next piece belongs. So the next time you notice an odd symbol on an ordinary tool, do not assume it is decoration. It may be a shortcut for a job you have simply never had to do. What other strange mark or feature on an everyday object have you always wondered about? Share it below and subscribe to Small Things for more stories hidden in simple things.